hot. Hit the red button, buddy. And then that one.
Oh.
The other one too. Yeah.
Well, that's red.
That's perfect. It means it's recording.
Oh.
And that one.
Your favorite amateur hacks are back for another season of the Sneaky Par Show. They're still shitty at golf and clueless in life, but having fun along the way. Over to you guys for...
You know, I'm going to apologize to our listeners first off. This is not the way we want to kick off season 3. We got the old intro. It's been a long week. I feel like we're not bringing a lot of energy to the show today. So we're going to call this maybe the first half of the season opener. And then next week, really kind of bring it with a little more heat and energy.
I still like the intro.
Yeah, but it says
she sounds hot.
She does. I mean, I can keep her and just have her because it says welcome to another season. We did that in season 2. And we're not coming in hot to season 3. I'll tell you that right now.
And I actually don't even know if we need to.
You can say this is spring training.
Yeah, no, I think this is our spring break week. So we'll call this season 3, not the official opener, but we'll get that next week because I definitely we do better when we have guests on the show, right? Because we're not interesting and they actually are interesting. So next week we're going to bring in, like Dan and I were talking. We've had a long week. We've had our kickoff work with our company, a virtual one.
And it's not done yet. It's all day today, all day tomorrow. I will be done tomorrow by 6. No, that's not a joke.
6 p.m.?
6.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Shit. I think mine ends at 5 tomorrow.
Might be at 5 and I have another call. I don't know what it is.
So we got a lot of work to do this week. It's been long, so we apologize if we're not having the energy. We are drinking still. We are in my basement. ShyTown is remote. And he has a very interesting background that we asked him to put on. Brian, talk about your background real quick.
Which I don't even know why he asked for it.
Oh, okay. You don't?
No.
Oh.
You're the ones that asked for it, but that is the...
All right, well, I'll give you the thing. So
the
company that competes with Topgolf actually had a contractor was ready to make a driving range at the Fullerton Elston Damon intersection where the Vienna Beef was. And that was the plan, was to knock it down and build this awesome kind of Topgolf like facility right on the river over there by the Midtown Athletic Club. And it cost $40 million. And I think it was a week ago or a week and a half ago, like it's no more. Deal's gone off the table.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I was super excited because it's not far from where we live.
Yeah.
I mean, we can take the highway, get off of Damon, and we're there. Excuse me. The diversity range is just painful to get to.
Yeah.
So in Chicago, the only places to go really hit the range is Diversity. I guess you go to Harborside's range.
Ridgemore.
Yes, Ridgemore's only 12 minutes away. But this was another one for the city. And you knew it was going to be super crowded. It was going to be super packed. But it sucks because they hyped this up for, I think, at least maybe mid-COVID last year in the summer. And then nobody's kind of said what happened. And it's over. I don't know if the neighbors complain, but there really are no neighbors over there of residentials.
You ever wonder how much money was fronted and lost?
Well, I mean, we can put together $40 million. You go put a bid out there, the sneaky part driver. What do you think, Brad? You're a VP. You got some stock out there, right?
Yeah, all you have to do is grease the right people in Chicago. You can get it done.
But it was approved. I don't think there was any opposition to it. I think this company, and I don't know what the name is, I think they did the numbers, and it probably whatever Chicago taxes and all the bullshit we have, they're just like, this is not worth our time.
I believe that.
So let's hope the city gets smart. I don't know who owns that land. Assuming it's Vienna Beef. But like, why wouldn't Topgolf, and I said this years ago, go to the city where the diversity range is and say, hey, we want to turn this into a Topgolf. We want to say, hey, we'll split the profits a different way. We want to turn this into a destination, a corporate event type of place. The challenge you have down there is it's congested already.
Yeah.
So you do that. There's not enough parking, but I just don't know why the city's not maybe going to Topgolf, whoever owns this property. Topgolf comes in and says, hey, we'll take over it. If they don't, you have to think that it's just way too much and not worth the time, or the profit's not there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you already know the answer. It's Chicago politics.
Yeah, exactly. The ROI is not going to make sense.
It's not going to make sense.
What happened to Tiger Woods designed Jackson Golf Course? You can add a Topgolf like over there to that too.
Oh yeah, there was rumors about that too. That never happened, right?
Everything just shut down. Golf is supposed to be at its all-time high. But it is impossible. Like, it's horrible going to the diversity driving range. Like, it's there's so many people there. Like in
the summertime, forget it.
Yeah, like they desperately need that top golf place in Chicago.
Yeah, but the challenge is with that. Remember, it was just Elston and Damon, and then they spent millions to reroute Elston around Fullerton, so it didn't have that congestion right there. That's a couple years to do. So I think some of the neighbors were complaining that we already fixed some of the congestion problem. Now this causes more. I don't care. There's not many houses
and nobody
that are in that area. So from us, I mean, if there was no traffic, we could be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
hitting some balls. So it just sucks. That's why we're angry this show and this week.
Somebody probably classified it as like a historical landmark, like that, so they couldn't build anything on it.
Well, that's probably true too.
I don't know. So that's the reason behind the Vienna beef background. I got a beef with it, so it sucks.
Yeah. I would try to eat another hot dog in Chicago to protest it, but they greased everybody's pockets, and the only hot dog to get in Chicago is Vienna beef. Don't really get anything else. Ridiculous.
We're very bitter today on the show, and like we said, it's been a long week, so we'll bring a lot more energy and a lot more heat next week.
We got big plans.
Big plans. But Brad, you see how our boy Barnes and Lance did today in the first round of the Savannah Open, the Corn Ferry Tour?
I didn't. I just had some stats from last round, from last tournament in Louisiana.
Shot 300 today. Solid round. I think tied for 11th. I think leaders at 7. So,
and I'd like to give a shout out to Lance. I think his reading of the putts and his selection of the irons and was on par.
Yeah, you got to give credit where it's
Lance,
due.
your distances were on fire today. So well done to the team, to Eric and Lance. Continue that up though.
Yeah, I mean it's 4 days, not one.
And we do love the continued posts that Lance is going out with the Sneaky Par gear. He's repping. He's repping hard.
He's a great brand ambassador. He really is.
He's just grinding. I love it.
What's interesting is Lance, one of his buddies, said, "Hey man, I want one of those shirts." And Lance tagged me. He's like, "Hey, can you get him one of these shirts?" And I go, "Does he want the Stitch golf shirt with the Sneaky Par on the collar, or like the blue Nike?" And I was just like, he's like, and he didn't say it. He's like, "I'm okay with the blue. What does it look like?" I'm like, "Well, sneakypar.com." But the issue the challenge that I'm having is, those hats that I made, one off for Lance. And the shirts went off for Lance.
Now people want them.
People want them. Like those are the ones that are getting the most hits. Like that royal blue one, Shalair. Like I'm getting hits in Instagram from DMs from these random people. I got this 14-year-old kid I'm sending some shit to. Has like 6,500 followers. He's like, "Man, the hat you're wearing." He's like, "That hat's dope, man." And I want to be like, "Dude, go buy it." But he's 14. He's got 6,500 followers. I'm like, "Dude, I'll send you our 20 hat."
Probably got some Bitcoin he can transfer to. Does Sneaky Par take Bitcoin?
The unfortunate thing is he's got 7,000 followers. He probably has more money than we do together.
Well, no, I think he's sponsored by TaylorMade and a couple other ones because he's got some deals. Not sponsored, but they give him shit. So I'm going to send him a hat and see where it goes.
I talked about this in one of our episodes that the challenge I have with like Nike and all that stuff. When somebody wears something in it, like you got to search the whole internet to try to find out like how to buy it. Like it's just not there. Like we should have the stuff ready to go and ready to order. We gotta make this easier for people to buy. I'm already.
That's part of that. That's part of the lure too of those guys wearing that stuff that nobody can get. And they start asking questions. They start shopping the stores. There's a whole marketing branding piece behind it, and that's what they're doing. You make it easy on everybody. Everybody wears what Shalair wears.
Everybody wants a piece of the caddy collection.
They do. They do. It's exclusive though. Maybe we'll just say, "Hey, we'll release 10 at a time." I'm serious. That's what people do.
First 10 to get. No, there's only one out there right now, and Lance wears it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll autograph first 10.
You were cutting out there. Yeah. You were cutting out there. What did you say?
So what did you say? You did cut out.
I'll autograph the first 10.
The ShyTown autograph.
That would be pretty cool. Well, it's got Sly in the back, which is awesome, right? He looks great the way they embroidered him in the back on Lance's hat. So I think it's a good look. It's it's expensive, but what are you going to do? So Barnes is he's tied for 24th, shot 300 today. Leaders at 7. Leaders at 7, and we've been wishing not to give a shout out to our boy Kevin Roy, who's on the show. He's 1 under, so
there you
got a little work to do. But hey,
he's in the
he's a friend of the show. But we're hoping we can get Barnes on next week. Really want to talk to him, kind of get some stuff done.
Hey, we're fans of all Sneaky Par fans, so we support all of them.
I do want to send Barnes some stuff too, so I'm gonna have to get his address from Lance because we sent Roy some stuff. I sent him 2 boxes full of Sneaky Par stuff gear. Yeah, so I'm gonna send Barnes a bunch. I mean, and I'll tell Barnes the same thing I told Roy. I'm like, dude, there's no obligation to wear this like while you're playing. Like you can wear it to the beach. Like you don't have to wear it anywhere on the golf
if
course.
You don't mind.
Yeah, but
when you win the tournament,
they put the watch out. He's like, "Wait, give me a second. Yeah. Let me put my Sneaky Par hat on."
Hey, we'll send a fossil watch with
blue face fossil.
But
I think I got one upstairs.
Could you imagine we had a fucking watch with Sneaky Par logo on it?
Jesus, there's like a sticker on top of it. We're losers.
It's a calculator. Calculator face.
Oh, geez.
I'm done. I'm cashed out.
I bet we could design one of those, a Fitbit or an Apple, one of those, watch.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should that's good. That's a great idea, Brian. We should logo a Whoop wristband.
I don't know what that is.
Because every tour player wears these.
Yeah,
so it's like
Justin
tracker.
Thomas sponsors it. I see, and
It's a fitness tracker, but they also came up with it that it was an early detector of COVID. And that is why I bought one. But then I also got like, hey, do you want to renew your yearly? I'm like, well, I got COVID and it didn't help. But I'm not saying that it wouldn't. It also just, fits your fitness and then tracks your sleep patterns. So it's kind of interesting on my side because I probably have sleep apnea at the age of 42. Just kidding.
I do. I haven't had a good night. I haven't slept through a night in the last 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. I probably do.
You just don't want
last week at Louisiana Open. Some stat from that one. Eric had 17 sneaky pars, right? But
solid number.
It is. It was like
the entire tournament.
Yeah, the entire tournament. But he's definitely towards the top. But he missed 29 green. So he missed 29 greens. So you only had a sneaky par ratio there, really, of a 58%. You really got to be at like 85% if you want to, play with the guy. So if he was at 85,
what did Diaz get? Did you? I think he won. His name was Diaz. Did you see what his sneaky par ratio was?
Hang on, I have that. That was 85%.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I think we've proven how you win tournaments in professional golf.
Sneaky pars.
Brian has proven this.
And so the last part on the I'm sorry, I'm lost here. All right. Yeah. His green and regulation ratio was almost like 60%. So basically he missed a lot of greens, right? Too many bogeys. His bogey ratio was the lowest of that tournament. So rough day. But if he would have been at 85% sneaky par ratio, he would have finished for 23rd. And same with Kevin. If he would have had his 85% sneaky par ratio, also 23rd. So I feel like with a strong sneaky par ratio, that at least gets you into the top 25.
Yeah.
If we tie a stat to success.
Hey, Barnes and Roy, sit down, guys. We got some numbers for you. We fixed your game.
I mean, at least
I'm sure they have some sort of Well, I think Roy was saying that there's not really that many good stats they keep on the Corn Ferry Tour.
But if you looked at par saves is basically it's kind of what it is would be forward, right? I mean, in all reality, it's a par save on a PGA Tour. The sneaky par for us,
but they don't have that stat though. It doesn't say par save. It says scramble.
So it's the same thing.
Well, the difference is we're assuming. I think a scramble. What did they say? Right? It's like you're 50 yards off the green or 20 yards off the green. We're assuming that stat. I think it's 20. That they're not missing the green by more than 20 yards.
Oh.
Listen, Brian is on the case to lobby the PGA Tour to have a stat of sneaky pars.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, the numbers don't lie.
It'd be awesome if the PGA Tour just hired us to go out there with lasers and then track sneaky pars with the entire tour. That's all we were focused on. We didn't care who won.
Yeah. Like, who are these clowns out here? Oh, those are the sneaky par guys.
I mean, I'm not saying I've seen a lot of weird stuff out there, so I'm not saying they wouldn't do it. And he was fun. Oh yeah.
Can we tailgate at the Glen Club when they come? Just set up a whole Bears tailgate.
Oh, I got to tell you guys. Lance sent me a text the other day.
What did he say?
Are you interested in caddying at the Glen Club for the Corn Ferry?
Oh no, because we were texting about something and caddying. I go, Daddy D would love that. He's like, He goes, I can get him on the bags. That's what I did. You should, dude.
I sent him a text. I said, dude, that sounds interesting. And obviously I've done it before and I think it'd be awesome. My biggest problem would be my commitment issues to a 7-day period of just being there, which I'm not saying that.
Take vacation.
Yeah, but I'd be scared I'd fuck shit up.
Again, that's why I text you earlier. You're a different breed. I'm not taking vacation to carry a dude's bag on the Corn Ferry Tour, but I mean, I think, I would do it if I just had to show up for the tournament.
Well, remember didn't Roy say he doesn't play practice rounds?
Yeah, but then again, I think I have to commit every day for 7 days of just sitting there, and it's not like I don't know what they pay you. I mean, again, I'm not doing it for the money, but
you don't need the money.
I would do it for the like Sneaky Par brand, I guess.
Oh, look at you. We'd like tattoo it across your forehead.
Your company, you're going to wear a bright orange shirt with their logo on it.
We don't mix.
Brian, what are you talking about?
We don't mix company with our hobby.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a revenue generating business.
Unless, I don't know. I told him I think about it. So then he also texted Eddie too. So
nice.
And Eddie's like, "What would I do?" I'm like, "Just carry it back.
Carry it back. Just don't fuck shit up."
Yeah. So I mean, I'd
be fun to do once, like in like a professional tournament.
I'm really tempted to do it one time. I'm scared that
some stroke.
I will love it so much I'll quit my job and start being a caddy full time. No, I mean, I'm glad he texted me. I got to think about it. But that's a commitment.
Would they ever consider having somebody caddy that doesn't know anything about golf?
Yeah, on the Corn Fair tour, they probably would hire an Eddie.
Well, just clean my ball and fix ball marks.
Carry my clubs. You'll get a percentage, and I think most of the guys pay something for just doing it, but it's not a lot of money.
I think Lance said it was 3% or 7% if they don't win.
Yeah,
he broke down the numbers in that one time he was on. But again, I did text him though and say, hey, like if you and Barnes or Roy and his caddy want to stay at your house, save some money. We come here and we're trying to be those hosts.
Or
but we are going to go play around a golf chalet and probably grab some dinner at Joe's. So
the other cool thing with they're probably not going to like it, but if all of us took one day, like you took a day, I took a day.
Oh God,
I don't have to do 4.
Well, they got to make the cut first.
I'll take Thursday and Friday. You guys take Saturday, Sunday.
I'm scared I'd fuck it up.
I would do it. I would absolutely. I know nothing about golf. I don't even know how to repair.
I don't think we'd put your name in that.
Yeah, you're out.
All right,
I gotta think about it.
Never.
I think it'd still be more fun to just work the ropes and just drink and watch and play versus actually like being on the bag for 18 or what it would be.
I mean, dude,
72.
I mean, I'm getting to the point of, if I was retired, I'm in.
It's a good workout. Glen Club's not hilly, right? It's an easy walk.
It is. I would have to like actually train for it a little bit. I would have to start walking.
I love to see you around like Wicker Park walking with the bag of golf bag, just getting ready for it.
I just walk all over. All Sneaky Park gear.
You just got rocks in a backpack.
That's a good question. Do these guys on Corn Ferry have the tour bags, or is it the carries like us?
Kevin's looks like a tour bag.
Oh, yeah. I've never carried a tour bag.
Mm-hmm.
Lance, he's a big guy.
Lance is powerful. I mean, Lance can probably walk 8 rounds in a row.
I mean, I'm sore from carrying my bag, and it's light. I mean, I'd be tempted to just. I mean, people like run marathons. I should just do it.
Well, it's interesting.
One last thing on stats. Little bone to pick with Kevin. He finished almost last in a number of Sneaky Pars in the last tournament.
Okay, well, you're gonna have those days, I mean, do we start sponsoring golfers?
We can't afford
like no. In this way, like we'll pay you $5 for every Sneaky Par you get.
Oh,
type of thing. Like we pay Barnes and we pay Roy. Like,
no, you can't do that because you're paying them to.
No, just not paying them to miss the green on purpose. They're not going to do that, professionals. But hey, if you guys get 10 or we'll donate $5 to charity for every Sneaky Par that
happens
you get.
To happen.
That happens to happen. Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of cool.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea, but
except the finance piece of it.
Our controller.
To the point. What we could do. Not what we could do, but the player spotlight for this week, season 3, new Sneaky Par segment, player spotlight on the player in the tournament that got the most Sneaky Pars in the Corn Ferry tournament.
I do like that idea.
So that player spot.
Go ahead.
All right, you still there?
So you're in
player spotlight.
You're in and out.
Sorry. Well, that
you're gonna go through all the players and look at their stats to find it.
Are you going to do that?
Josh Creel had the most Sneaky Pars in that tournament last week.
How do you know that? Did you go through every player's stats? Or is there like a thing you can show that kind of gives you a general idea of greens and regulation and scrambles?
You have to kind of combine two stats on the Corn Ferry thing. But yeah, so I got it down now. Got it off.
So how many did he have?
This is why you pay me the big dollar. 22.
So if we said every week of the Corn Ferry Tour, we give $5 for the person who has the most Sneaky Pars, we donate $5 times that number to their charity, and we just tag that person. from the Corn Fair. We don't know them, right? Like, hey, man, we're donating this in your name to Folds of Honor.
Yeah, I like the idea. Except, I mean, they're grinding for money too. What if we bought them?
Or we can say, hey, we're giving you this money to you can keep it or donate to charity. Yeah. Tell us the charity of your choice, and we'll go online and we'll donate it right now. I think we're onto something, boys.
Hey,
I mean, I like
great. That's an extra $5,000 a year. Right?
That
let's start selling something here.
We don't have we don't have the revenue for.
Yeah, I don't mind giving away all of our profits, but let's get some profits first.
All right. Well, get some of your boys to buy some shit, Brad, because I don't think I've seen any of your friends besides your buddy who got a free fucking wedge actually buy anything of the Sneaky Bar store. So I don't know what to tell you. It's all Daddy D and Mice people doing it. I haven't seen one order go to Michigan besides a free wedge.
And that does remind me, we got to give a shout out to Jackie for her order.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. You're the best. Sorry it took so long.
After I called her out, she's like, where's my hat? And I'm like, why don't you buy one? And she's like, you kidding me?
I'm like, she did buy one there.
I'm like, shit. I forgot. Sorry.
We got some.
Love you, Jackie.
Yeah, we got some customers. They want the gear and they want it now. So I get it. You know.
Back to the player spotlight. I have some fun facts about Josh Creel. All right. After scouring the internet, I have found that he keeps beef jerky and Cliff Bars in his bag.
Who is this? Who is this?
This is Josh Creel.
Okay.
Player spotlight, who had the most Sneaky Bars in the Corn Ferry tournament last weekend. All right. Mm-hmm. From Oklahoma.
Okay.
Highest finish is 2020 San Antonio, tied for 14th. Josh and I have something in common. We have some likes in common. We would both like to play at Augusta someday.
Not many people have that, so that's interesting. You guys can bond over that.
If you play Augusta before me, I will give up my entire life.
I would love that.
It's possible. It's not about your game. It's about who you know.
Mm-hmm.
His retirement looks like includes owning a ranch with 2 horses, 6 cattle, 6 chickens, plenty of acreage, and ponds stocked with monster fish. I don't know what I don't know what a monster fish is considered, but I do know the new invasive species in Florida, some kind of crazy fish they found. It's like 10 feet long. It's ridiculous. Jurassic Park down there.
Sounds like this guy's my type.
Yeah. I want to go golfing with Florida. Hey, when we went to Destin last year, did we see any alligators when we golfed or no?
No, it's by the ocean. No, we didn't really see any.
No, our golf wasn't by the ocean.
I saw someone threw your cell phone on the ground.
Yeah, right.
At that place.
The video. The only reason I'm not super mad about that is the video is just classic.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Speaking of spring break and guide trips, when's your spring break golf?
Oh, don't even get started. I've been getting pounded for money.
So for those listening, we have a 16 guy trip coming up April 21st, somewhere around there, to Destin, Florida. Now, I know most of the people on here. You know most of them too. A couple guys I don't know, but I've heard of them before. It's going to be fun. A lot of people I haven't seen in a while. But 16 dudes is just way too much for a golf trip. Like 8's enough. Like, and I don't know. It's going to be fun because a lot of your old fraternity brothers that went to SIU and all that kind of stuff. And really good people. Everybody's going to get along well because they know each other, but it's just a lot of dudes.
I don't like to give the other DK a lot of credit, but he got me in and I paid. after like a year, I'm like, dude, I just don't plan that far out. I don't know what I'm doing.
If you need bills collected, call DK. I mean, he was hounding.
Oh my God.
He wouldn't stop.
And he would play different cards with me. Hope he's listening to this because he's like, no, Darren, you understand. I'm like, we just need you guys to go. And then like, if you guys go, it's going to make it 12 and we'll have our foursomes. And the next thing you know, like, oh, so we got 16. Yeah. I'm like, so you didn't need us. And so I didn't have to do it. Again, last year was a great time. I had a blast. I'm going to do it again. I was just avoiding making the commitment.
This is the thing about these golf trips with guys, and I'll give Derek credit where it's due. He's got this down to a T. He got the house. He's got vans coming to get us all 3 days. He's got the courses booked. He's got all the restaurants, whatever picked out. Like, so we literally just have to pay him. We have barely been able.
And there's me and Marty bitching. And then the house is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's on the water and it's big and we don't have to do anything. I mean, other than fly. And then I was talking to Marty because him and I wait till the last minute for everything. I'm like, "Can you book your flight?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Dude, they're expensive." So now, unfortunately, because I'm a Southwest guy, shout out to Southwest Airlines. We're flying into Panama City, renting a car.
I just stay there the whole weekend.
It's a 90-minute drive.
Yeah, we don't care.
Which is fine.
Me and Marty get a convertible, put our sunglasses on, take our shirt off, and just take off.
A Mustang or Camaro.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So we do it every year. Except
I got the tattoos. The people down there love my tattoos.
Last year, Marty took a ride back with another friend, and I went to a beach by myself and hung over his shit, and ended up at the airport. And I think Marty still beat me back.
Yeah, I did beat you back. I got back at the same time. Yeah, pretty much.
I thought you drove home.
He rode with.
I rode with Moses. I rode with Moses. So our buddy lived in where is he? Outside St. Louis, and he drove his truck. And if I don't have to fly, I'd prefer not to. And I'm just like, hey man, can I ride with you?
And
so
I forgot what you take. And you took the train.
I took the train from Effingham to Chicago. And dude, me and Moses, I haven't seen Moses in years. He used to run the bar that we had, and we just chilled and talked for like 15 hours. It was great. We had a good time.
I wasn't mad, but like I had to spend the whole day, like one of the worst hangovers I've had. Driving around. I went to a beach and just sat there. I mean, there's other stories I could tell you, but they're hilarious.
That's for the paid version on OnlyFans.
But I had to wait all day, and then my flight was late, and then by the time I did it, I had to Marty beat me home, and it's like a 12-hour drive.
It was long, and then like a 3-hour train ride. But
I mean, I had my flight, and it was and I had to take the rental car anyway. It was fine, but I was the last one to leave the house, the rental house, and I had the cleaning ladies knocking on the door when I'm just getting out of bed. It was a good one.
Yeah. You guys gonna broadcast live?
Well,
we might send some couple mics down there because it'll be a fun crew to.
I told Marty we're doing it. Let's just do something live on the beach or with this crew. I mean, you might as well get fun out of it, even if it's like a 30-minute bullshit speaking about Destin or something.
Yeah, I think it'd be phenomenal content. It'd be heavily edited, I bet, but still, like if we ship stuff. So we're gonna go. Are we still doing that big cedar thing with Waisaki? Yeah. So. We got that. I think we had a couple other places. The one down Victoria National. So there's a lot of things in the works for the remote podcast, which, the equipment we have, it's pretty easy to transport. It's just, finding time with our jobs. New year starts, new comp plan. Like, it's not easy, right?
Yeah. What do you mean with your jobs? These are vacations. Yeah,
you can't take too many vacations, Brian.
I mean, dude, I have so many.
You guys have unlimited vacation.
Yeah, but
you can't use.
Okay, Brian. Your team, did you have unlimited vacations for your team?
Absolutely.
And if they started taking 2 weeks here, a week work, 2 weeks off, you'd be cool with it? Because there is no policy against how many you can take.
They have MBOs to hit, so it's their compensation plan.
Exactly.
They want to take off the whole quarter.
You can't say anything.
There's nothing I can do about it.
I have to be careful because I'm usually golfing during the work with work clients. So then I'm golfing on my own, and the next thing I'm taking off, and then I have That's the other thing. Like I have just too much stuff going on, and it's funny, but. It's hard to do. It's genius methodology on the corporate America part.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even if it's like a one Friday or one Thursday, and I think even with this trip, it's only Thursday, Friday, and we're not even golfing till noon, so I can work a half day. But it's just the point of like, do you want to be off? And you're never off.
Yeah, you know that, Brian. You're in sales, but it's not always working.
And exactly, like here it is, work's calling right now. Probably got to close the deal. I'm gonna put on hold.
I didn't know the channel closed deals.
Knock on you, huh?
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you call me for advice the other day?
Call you for advice a lot.
So
and I can't give it to you because I know nothing.
So next week, hopefully we'll get Barnes on, have a chat with him. Brad, I sent you an invite. So I reached out to Chicago Golf, which is an Instagram handle here in Chicago. It's got like 43,000 followers. And I think everybody I know that golfs in Chicago follows him. Seems like a young kid from the South Side. He's a member at Ridge. So he knows a lot of kind of people that we know. And I literally just reached out to him like, hey man, like you want to come on the show? Oh no, he actually liked one of Ridgemore's pictures they put of a belt. And I was like, hey man, like we do this podcast, you should come on. Like we'll do a round at Ridgemore first and then we'll come on the show. He's like, dude, that sounds awesome. I'm in. So I think we're going to do it like a Friday, but I sent you the invite, but it'll be fun, dude. The dude's got some really good content. He knows a couple people, like I said, that we know as well, but he'll be on hopefully end of April, to be honest. So he was the guy that was at the Olympia Fields that was outside the fences when Rory was hitting that ball. So that's him and his crew.
See, they're creative.
Yeah, they're good. So hopefully we'll get him. He's launching a new golf tour, he was saying, around here. So it'll be good. He seems like a good dude. He's got some funny content that's out there. So we're excited to have him here. I think I've come to the point now where if you just reach out to people and ask them, Like, what are they going to say? Like, no, I mean,
we have nothing to lose.
Have zero to lose.
We can't hurt their brand.
No,
they already got a good brand. Yeah. I don't think we can.
Yeah, that's why I'm just going to start reaching out to these people and just being like, hey, you want to come on? Entice them with a round at Ridgemore and then come on the podcast.
Yeah, and somebody was asking about what Sneaky Par was actually today, right? And it's kind of telling where it came from and this golf, turning this golf lifestyle company. And I'm like, basically, we talk about ways to, how we sneak away from life and work to go golfing, and they're like, you know what, dude, that's awesome. Like that's exactly like where I'm at right now in my life. And I just made that up. So I want to make sure it was okay with you guys.
Well, from the first intro that we had of the first season, like that's our elevator pitch.
Yeah.
What is that? A bunch of amateur hacks trying to balance shitty golf with work, life, marriage, and dating.
Yeah.
I didn't say balance. I said sneak away.
Darren and I don't sneak away from golf for life. It is our life. We don't sneak away from work to golf. We golf with our clients. Like that.
Sneak away from work. Golfing with your clients is sneaking away from work. Finding creative ways to say that you're working when you're really golfing.
Okay, so you sitting in a cart for 4.5 hours with a prospect is not a good thing?
I get it. Listen.
Can't even hear.
Yeah, maybe you don't manage.
I'm go ahead and
you don't manage
golf.
your team.
I'm on board. You can go ahead and golf. Right? You can justify this to me. Nobody's declining your
expense reports.
Sorry, go ahead.
The other thing I posted something the other day about Ben Hogan saying was all guys need is more daylight and a wife to let them play more.
Yes.
And I thought, that's unbelievable. So my one buddy did just recently, he's been married for a while, with a great relationship. They just had their first kid. They had a lot of troubles and finally had their first baby. He goes, dude, you're right. That's just the negotiating that I have to do for like one round of golf. And I'm like, hey man, it's not a big deal because just because I can, it's easier. But things are good on your side too. Hot wife, good kid, and they both have good jobs. But it was just funny hearing it from me. He's like, "No, dude, you're absolutely right. The negotiating that I have to do for just one round." And I'm like, "Jesus."
I would love to get enough fans out there to be like, "Hey, like record your conversation with your wife when you're telling her you're golfing on Saturday morning, and let's see your negotiating skills and how it goes, and send it to us, and we'll listen to it and play it out for them." I think that'd be absolutely hilarious to get that reaction.
Genius. And it was like blind.
No, they don't know. They just record like, hey babe, I'm gonna go golf with the boys tomorrow at 9 a.m. She's like, I thought we were doing chores and this and that.
I should text Matt and say, hey, just do this in front of your wife and say Darren asked me to play golf.
Yeah, we'll call it the Sneaky Par Challenge. Go out there, record you asking your wife to golf on a weekend, and let's hear the conversation. It would probably be hilarious.
But the other part, like when we are trying to golf and when you ask somebody, he's like, can't. Like before you even ask, like impossible. True. I'm like, it's Saturday at 10. Can't. It's not even. Or it's also good because you have to ask them, and it makes you feel good. You ask, and they can't. So, I always ask you. You just never can.
You got to pick your battles.
Yeah, and that's what it is too. It's a lot. So like it's picking your battles. So like in that situation when you have a newborn, like
you
can't you can't really do anything, right? Like your wife's on the kid 24/7. Like you got to give her a break, right? So you can't really take off. I mean, she's busting her butt. It's a horrible time when they're getting a newborn off the ground. Like spending all her time there. Like you can't go golf, right? But as your kids, I would say each year you probably can golf one more round. So when they're 1, you can probably go golfing for a round. When they're 2, you can go twice a year.
Yeah, you're not so many. Like, whoops, sorry.
No, but I'm saying,
coming on, so open the game on.
Like I could go golfing as much as I want to I want to.
Okay.
But I want to put my kids in sports. So and I want them to do all these sports and all this kind of stuff. So it's like my commitment. If I want to do all that stuff, then I have to drive the kids to the sports.
Right. So you're picking what you're prioritizing.
Yeah, I'm prioritizing my children and athletics over.
So that's why I can't.
But it's the people who don't have kids. It's just they're married and they still can't get out of golf.
And I don't understand. I don't understand that at all.
Well, no, they may not want.
I don't ever want to be in that position to understand.
They might not want to golf. Murphy. Oh, I thought my boy Connor was getting.
It's a highlight. It's a highlight.
Which I'm trying to get Connor on here.
Yeah.
That's the other point. Like the whole. You're right. People that can't do it, but they may not want to, and that's fine too.
That's their excuse to say, "Oh, my wife won't let me," or "I've got shit to do," when they actually don't really want to go out with you and golf.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at the point right now where if you guys ask me to go out and my wife was like, yeah, go. Like, I would say no, because my game right now is just.
I thought you've been going to the range every weekend. You've been
I have, and all of a sudden, the last like 3 weeks ago, I just started swinging and missing.
So ShyTown, you know what doesn't help your game is staying at home. Oh, if you want to go play and practice, we don't care. If you're gonna suck on a hole, just pick up your ball. But like,
dude, I can't even make contact.
Yeah,
I'm struggling making contact.
You're fine.
Like,
bro, we want you to come.
When I do make contact, it goes right.
Yeah, but we want you to come. That April date I sent you with the Chicago golf guy's named Steve. If you can't make it or don't want to, that's fine. We'll grab somebody else. But it'd be nice to have us 3 out there with him. But like I said, if you don't want to come or you're busy or your game sucks, you don't want to embarrass yourself.
I'll ride with you. I'll get behind you. I'll swing your hips. I'll show you the single plane swing, and we'll be fine.
Like I said, if I could golf like I did at Chicago Highlands, right, and shoot a 101.
Oh well.
Like I'd be ecstatic. But
if they had wine and shishito peppers, you'd be great.
So now I had to do this premium subscription to the single plane school so they can look at my swing and try to tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can fix this thing. And then like now I'm considering there's a 1-day school coming in Chicago like in June for like $500. I might have to sign up for that thing.
I mean,
you should. It works, man. Those expensive instructors, they're good.
I'll probably hook you up with Eva, who was on the show, and you should reach out to her. And it's probably not too far from you, and I'll pay for it.
I'm not giving up on a single plane swing. Gotta keep with it. Keep with it.
And then don't say no when your game's off, because we just go out and drink anyway.
I mean, do you see me? I posted the other day my swing, taking a lesson over there.
That.
Yeah, working on some things. I was bringing my right shoulder up too high in the back, so now I kind of keep it level and changing. Yeah, it's a lot of difference here. But you know what? I'm not a guy who like looks at my swing like, oh, that looks really good, because usually it looks like trash.
Brian, do you think if you kept your swing the same, you'll like maybe kind of figure out how you can keep it in the somewhat consistent, and then work on the short game, and then improve your score?
Yeah, yes. Yeah,
that's it. Because you're not going back to change at your level, at your time in your life, and how old you are, and you're going back to a change. It's never going to work.
I mean, honestly, like when you look at where I give up the most strokes, it's not so much like
off the tee,
short game, and it's off the tee.
Yeah.
It's absolutely off the tee.
Well, Brian had a thing where he got like pretty serious in the golf, and he wanted to know what he really shot. So he would do stroke and distance. So if he hit his drive out of bounds, he would re-tee it up and count that off the tee box, just to kind of, because it's true. Like when I play in the club championship, like you really start to see what kind of a golfer you really are. But it's funny, like the guy who's won our club champion, well, Booker Schiller, I think, who won it. He's like, I play 3 rounds a year, 100% by the rules. And it's the club championship. Other times you're out there, you're doing it. So, I mean, my score, like in the club championship, 1 round I shot in the 80s, but every other round's been in the 90s. Yeah. Not 100 guy. I haven't hit 100 in the club championship, but it's a little bit of a different game where you're playing, legit rules versus kind of country club. Oh, that putt was good, even though you missed it.
I got to meet ShyTown at Diversity one morning. I got some things to show you.
And like I didn't like when you sent me that text, I didn't call you because I was literally golfing so bad, like swinging and missing. I'm like, I can't have him see this, and so I didn't text you when I was going over.
Well, that's
I'm to the point where I'm doing it. I'm hitting balls in my garage. Like I'm too embarrassed to go to Diversity.
No.
That's how bad it is.
So that's also the golfer we just want a golfer to go out and have fun and drinks, but you'll figure that shit out. The other day we were where were we? I forgot what club we were at, and I couldn't hit a thing. I mean, I was all over. I'm like, there's no chance I'm going to be able to go out and like play. And as soon as I hit the first tee, I felt it again. Like it was fine.
Came back, yeah.
It was just on the I was in Arizona on the range, and my friend Billy was off of, like, he's like, dude, I'm shaking everything. I'm like, I shake a couple, and I'm like, we've been drinking that before, which is not a big deal. And then I'm like, this isn't going to be a good day. And then eventually, like, you just don't care. And you go out, like, just learn your swing, and then you figure it out. But it's such a feel game.
Yeah.
And and it's your personal feel. It's not my feel or anybody else's. It's like how you feel, how you're hitting the ball.
Oh, me and my buddy, at Ridgemore, we're buying every gadget that shows up on our Instagram feed. So he's bought that board And he's bought these weights for the top of his club. I bought that laser eyeline golf thing. You've seen that a million times. So we're stockpiling all these little gadgets that we're buying, like Eddie, like it does. And we're in this little eyeline golf. You haven't seen it, it's like $130. Like it shows the laser about the plane of your swing when you take it back and when you come through. So we're getting every gadget in the world. And listen, if you want to sell us something, just throw it on an Instagram advertisement and we're going to buy it. What is that?
Brian accepted.
You accepted.
Accepted the.
The other one. Oh, gotcha. Okay. But yeah, I mean, Brian, I feel like you're probably just overthinking everything right now
and caring too much because you're not going to be good. Let's just say so.
I just want to shoot around 90. I just want to break 100. Right, like I had it like
consistently.
Yeah.
I was stroking the ball, like I was striking the ball. Like nicely. I even put that one video of me kind of on, when I was at Diversity, like everything sounded well. And then all of a sudden, I don't know. So now I got to go to the golf doctor, see what's going on.
Mental game, bro.
Yep. A lot of times you can figure out yourself.
You're an athlete. You got it in there. You do.
And that's the thing. Like I don't know enough about the game to fix it myself.
Hey, are you ready to give up? Do you want to talk to me and Marty? Are you ready to give up on everything?
Yeah.
I'm not. And like, honestly,
I met a social worker the other day. Would you like to talk to her? What'd you say?
If it wasn't for this podcast, I would give up. Absolutely. I'm like, yeah, all right, screw it. He's not going to be.
I feel like when we started, you kind of like got reintroduced to your love for golf and you went high and you were going crazy going to the range. And I feel like now you're kind of coming down a little bit on the golf because you're not playing well, which is not the winner's mentality that we talk about here on the show, Brian. I mean, you being a leader in your job position, I think you got to fight through adversity and get back to it.
When I was golfing really bad, then I started hitting golf balls. I got the squishy balls, and I was hitting them in my bedroom, like for 30 minutes every single day, like trying to get through it for 2 weeks. And what I noticed is that when you're doing something wrong, if you do it more often, it just gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. You're doing something consistently wrong, and that's the best thing about it. They're doing something. It's the smallest fix in the world if you think about it.
Yeah. I hope you're right. We'll see what the video analysis comes back with this weekend.
And then don't get frustrated. It's part of life.
Yeah.
Marty's not good at everything. It's hard to believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not good at hockey. Our hockey team's 0-3. Tough start to the season. Tough start for their team, Smoke Daddy. But we still own the bar and crush it at the bar, so that's kind of fun.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think we got enough. Like I said, guys, we apologize.
We have more plans coming up. We've been busy.
Yeah, we've been busy. Unfortunately, this is taking a little back seat to what our. Yeah. We didn't have one last week, and we definitely didn't want to have 2 weeks in a row because I feel with COVID loosening up that we're going to have a little more challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was easy with COVID this is our 26th episode. And it was not saying it was easy, but
your biggest challenge is going to be Daddy D show now.
Yeah. Well,
when the gates open,
yeah,
I'm out of here.
When old Country Thunder, what's that called? Did you go to
Country Thunder?
No, not Country. What's the one?
Oh, when you see smoke?
When you see a smoke?
That's not happening.
Yeah. Let's just hope the festivals don't come back on Thursdays.
I have a ticket for a Luke Combs concert in United Center in November. It's not happening. I mean, they think it is, but there's no chance. I'm in the pit. And they're gonna put me to wear a mask and you can't be. You have to socially distance. This is, no chance.
Yeah,
I hope so. I'll be there in a hazmat suit if they let me.
I feel like Daddy D, when everything opens up fully, he's gonna be the Owen Wilson's character in Wedding Crashers when he just goes on a tear, just falling over jaw. You're just gonna be at every festival, just sloppy.
I don't think so because I've been going out the entire time. So there was very few times that everything was shut down.
Yeah, but due to Vision Fest, you'd be there three days in a row. Just
as I got older, it was one big one.
Oh, one big one.
Yeah,
maybe a walk through the next day with a bottle of water.
Yeah, exactly. See what's going on.
Yeah. Hey, who's here? All right, I'll have a drink.
Yeah, due to Vision was a big one. But yeah, Eddie took care of us there, so we'd always have a table. But then that one day would ruin me.
Yeah, exactly. So all right, go ahead, Brian.
One more thing before we go. One of our listeners explained to me the difference between talking trash and trolling, and I didn't understand the difference, but now I do. So I feel like there might be other people that don't understand the difference. So when our listener was a U of I fan, when U of I beat Michigan, he sent me some text messages, right? And talking trash. Right? When U of I lost to Loyola, I sent him his text messages, which I thought was talking trash, but he considered it trolling. And I'm like, what's the difference? He's like, well, when my team beats your team, I'm talking trash. When my team loses and your team's not even involved in it and you're giving me crap, that's trolling. I'm like,
yeah, it's a little nitpicky.
That made a lot of sense to me. And so I want to apologize to him because I dislike internet trolls very, very, very much. And for me to be in the same league as a troll really made me upset.
Yeah, but when his U of I team wins, he'll text us randomly where I don't care about U of I. Like, oh, did you see U of I? Like, what do you call that? Like, if you're gonna come to me when U of I is doing well and I don't care about him, you got to be able to take it if I come to you when U of I does bad. That's my point. I don't think it's actually trolling.
That's a good point.
He's reached out to us before talking about how great U of I is. I'm like, I never went to the school. I've never been to Champaign once.
They were great and they got beat.
I know, but what I'm saying is you can't come out to us and be like, oh, U of I, fuck yeah. And then when they lose, not expect, well, nice people be like, hey man, sorry about your loss. That sucks. You're doing all right, man. I see what his point is.
That was a coach's fault.
Yeah.
I wish I would have thought of that. Now I got to call him back. All right.
That's my whole point. Because, I mean, he's hit us up, right? Saying how great U of I is. They're back like this and this, where we're like, I'm kind of a Michigan fan. You're a Michigan fan. But you can't give it one way when it's positive and then not take it when it's negative. So let's go back to him. Let's figure it out.
Don't sleep on Michigan baseball this year either. Looking off those strong starts.
Have him on the show to discuss it.
Didn't they score like 7 runs in the final inning to come back and beat it on a walk-off home run? That's crazy. Baseball game. That's awesome. So, all right, we'll cut it there. Hopefully I'll have a new intro for our legit season 3, or I can get the same girl to do the voice, just the different words, maybe different background music too. It's going to cost money, or maybe we just save the money.
Which we don't have.
All right, Shalera, get your buddies to buy some hats from Michigan.
All right, we'll do Michigan's and
our goal is really effective. Our goal is each of us 10 friends to buy a hat in the next month. 10 friends. I want to see 30 hats sold.
That means I'm gonna have to tell 10 friends about Sneaky Power.
I mean, I've already had 30, but I'll do it again. I got another list I got to go after.
Hey, listen.
All right,
we got inventory, so we're ready to sell. We got the beanies coming too. So who's ever waiting for the beanies to show up? They are on order. I approved the proof the other day. I'm like, so.
And worst case scenario, my parents buy 30. So
yeah.
Is the Sly edition ready to ship?
Not even close. Not even close. I haven't even asked about those hats yet.
All right, so we got to get through our current inventory, then we can start selling the.
I don't want to bore people with a boring story, but the patches are from one company. Those hats would be from another company. Marrying those two together, the cost starts getting up there. So it's just we got to be smart on our production run. We can't just be throwing shit out there. But like I said, a lot of interest in the Sly hats. So
can't we just put the Sly in it? And I feel like
it's not as easy as you think.
We need a big Sly towel, golf towel.
We can do a Sly golf towel. Those are easy.
Yeah.
So it's just when you start doing embroideries
and repeat buyers. We talked about that today, actually. Somebody asked me, like, well, we got repeat buyers? I mean, now we just got friends doing us.
Favorite ones.
We'd have to have more than one product to sell if we want repeat buyers.
They do have plenty of products to sell. We have a pair of Lululemon camo pants up there that we're waiting to get a logo on to ship out to somebody in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. The box is packed. I just need the pants are bought. We spent $120 on these pants. We just gotta. But whatever, we won't bore you guys to that. So all right, we'll be back next week. We'll have some good stuff, have some more energy, and then Brian's getting his COVID shot, so hopefully he'll be back in the studio ready to
Sunday.
Sunday. All right, buddy.
Be out there.
All right, later.